my new series. It's called Better Than Casts. So, for some of you that are curious about why we're calling it that here at the Mentor Project, allow me to explain. First, the setup. What a wonderful word the word cast is, as long as you don't have to wear one. So, this is what we've done. Take this down here. If you look carefully, you will see that hanging right here next to, behind me, excuse me, and next to my cat is a sling. Now, most people don't have them hanging around, but I had one hanging around my neck for a while, and quite literally, it's what it felt like. It was hanging around my neck. So, when it was all over and I was not able to see you, and I'm so sorry. I think that was the saddest thing of all, that and not having a great deal of flexibility in these things which move my puppets. Thank you. I have been freed from my cast. So my grandson, who's very wise and very clever, said, "Why don't you do a show, Grandma?" That's what he calls me. He said, "Call it It's Better Than Casts." So I said, here we are. What do you do with a cast when you don't need to wear it on your wrist, your arm anymore? So, couple of things. We have designed for you, me and my clever titler, a program to use what is old into make it into something new. So I'm going to show you a whole variety of things to make. They're all centered around my old and dear and quite connected friend, the cast. A wonderful invention, by the way. It does stuff. And truth told, I always tell you the truth. I would have given it to someone else to use who needed it, but it was made to fit my arm, and I don't know anybody like you or like me. So I made it into a puppet, and we'll do that the very towards our very last one to make, I think. So let me change the wording. Cast is spelled CATS. We're going to use all those letters in a variety of ways, but first we're going to change it from cast, CATS. Oh, that was what I'm changing it to. We're going to change it into cats just to set up our stage. So the sling is our background. The commercial behind me is who is bringing you this program today, and on so many other programs too. You really ought to check out the website, and not to mention our Facebook page, and be a follower. So today we're going to introduce not cast. We're going to toss the cast aside, and we're going to teach you about cats. So, truth told, I don't think I've ever told a story about cats, excuse me. I get this messed up a little bit. But I do have told you a story about big cats, lions. And one of my favorites is the library lion. And I've told that. You can find that on YouTube or actually on our Facebook page too. But the lion who went to the library. Mm-hmm. Great story. I like to think it's almost true. Um, what other kinds of cats might you find? You might want to find this one. It's just a little dolly cat. Maybe you have a cat like that. They make puppets too, right? And you might even have a cat. Well, I never had a cat, so I actually don't know much about them. But I have lots of really wonderful dear friends that have cats and they love them. And do you know what they feed them? Mm-hmm. What? Right. Cat food. So, you want to make a puppet to tell your story about cats? What you do is you put your hand inside an empty box. You have to empty the box, please. Feed a cat. I don't have one, so I fed the neighbor's cat. And make a puppet. Put a picture of a cat on the front. You can use it in lots of stories. Because you can always add a cat. Like in the gingerbread boy. The gingerbread boy ran away from the cat who wanted to eat him with a bowl of milk. Now, for those of you who are only listening to the story, which is great on our podcast, which airs on Saturday morning but can always be picked up, you might not be able to see what we're doing. So I will tell you what we're doing. These are puppets that are made from a company called S&S Manufacturing. Wonderful puppets. And they are draw-on-me puppets. So I didn't draw on them yet because I like you to think about what he could be, particularly if you've ever seen the musical Cats by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Now, that story was much in the making, but it actually came from a poem. And who doesn't love a good poem? By T.S. Eliot. And the poem was called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. And it was written, as far as I could find out, in 1939. But Andrew Lloyd Webber, who wrote lots of wonderful shows, wrote this, started to put those poems to music in 1981 when it appeared on Broadway. To the best of my recollect, it has been the longest running show on Broadway. And one of the expressions which made me think of this kind of idea with my grandson Avery was that the expression was, when you saw a show, people would say, "What did you think?" And people would say, "It was better than Cats." So today's program is dedicated to Broadway, which is coming back, and Cats. So here's the thing. So here's what we're going to do, just for you. We're going to take this sock, but see, this is cool. It's not really a sock. This is what I wore underneath my cast. And I'll show you how it goes. I vowed never to put that cast on again, so I'm not gonna. But I will put this on, the sleeve. It's called the sleeve, and it allowed my hand to be protected from any of the coarse parts of the cast inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I want you to know, first of all, I'm extremely grateful to the scientists, the engineers that put this together to make me whole and well again. Hello, this is me. I have a hole for my thumb, and then the cast itself got wider, and I was able to slip my hand inside. And once I got there, so cool. See all these whiskers here? Well, they're not whiskers. You push down this button. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put it to the best you can. And you turn it like that. And you make it fit to your hand. So it just makes it sturdy enough so that you don't move it, don't hurt it, and it keeps you safe. How clever. I bet you're saying to yourself, I'm going to make a puppet out of one of those because I certainly don't want to wear a cast. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take the useful things that are made to make us better. We're going to take it off. We're going to say, thank you very much. Then we're going to make a cat out of it using everything we've got. So this is called stuffing, not like the one from the turkey. We're going to stuff it inside like this. Push, 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 push until it's there. And then, you know what? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. This is a taggy. And the taggy was, why was there a taggy on there? Didn't you think it would be neater if the tag was on the inside? No, the tag was on the outside so that I could use it to push this thing up and down my arm. I'm going to push this in a little bit more. So now we have it somewhat stuffed. Take one of these things, scrunchy. The scrunchy. You're probably saying to yourself, why does she have scrunchies? She has such short hair. Yeah, I do. I have scrunchies because they belong to some people that visit me when I'm lucky. 2, 3 actually grandkiddos with long hair. So I'm just going to take this scrunchie. Look what happens. When you pull the scrunchie here, does that look like cat ears or what? Let me get away from this background. Whoops, there he is. Mr. Cat. Miss Cat. The cat. Then I'm going to take this. You got it. Now this is the thumb guard from my cast. I'm going to just release the pressure a little bit. So I pick this up again, my bionic arm. Open it up, because that's what it does. And then we're going to push and push and push. See, it has a body. You're saying to yourself, whoa, that's pretty amazing, Miss Marilyn. Maybe you're not saying that. Just too bad, because I kind of think the stuff we can make out of the stuff we have around the house, pretty fabulous. As long as it belongs to us, right? Okay, so here we go. From cast to cat. Hey, yay, rah. Okay. Uh-oh. Where's your eyes? Oh. Okay, well, you know I have these funny things. I'm going to put him up like there. What does the cat say? Meow. So we have one cat, two cats, three cats. Wow. We have one. Oh, and the lion is four because he is a very large cat. And then this little squeezy cat like that. So now, oh, what's that? Oh, you want to see how a string puppet works? I knew I liked you guys. So here we go. I'm going to just climb up just a little bit. So I can take him off because string puppets are pretty awesome, except for one problem. They tangle. So I'm going to get it. Like, we just sit. Good cat. Oh, no, they can't see you. You said that. Why don't you come and sit? Oh, here he is. So, let me teach you a little bit about string puppets. First, we'll look at the tippy top. I'll get it up for you. This is a crossbar, it's called. All different kinds of puppets have different kinds of string puppets, have different kinds of controls. This is called as control. I am the controller. Don't you love that, right? And all of these strings have names. So you can guess. This one here that holds his head, that's called his head string. I could get one of those too. This one here, hold his paw, that's called the paw string. But what's really cool about this is these are connected. So two paws. I can't, well, I could do that, but I only have two legs. And if I lifted them both up at the same time, I might need another cast. Okay, but we don't want that. And here's the other two. So we have 1, 2, but they're connected. So I can actually take a walk. Let's see if we can get him to walk across the non-floor he gets here. Oh, cool beans. Okay, come here. Would you walk across the stage, please? Or the non-stage. All right, go. Bump, 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 bump. Come back. Well done. Take a bow. Now, so you're saying to yourself, how does he take a bow? Easy peasy. What he has here is called the bow string. So when I push, let me show you, the controls forward, he takes a bow. Nice work. And should he sit? Sit. Good cat. Now cats, yeah. Oh no, you're nodding yes. Do you like the way you look on camera? You do? Well, who can blame you? All right, would you like to do a trick for me? You would. Okay, so here it is. He's going to stand on my hand. At the count of 3, the cat is going to play dead. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. What is the magic potion that will make him come back? I know. I'm going to blow a kiss. Yeah. Nice. A lot of cats don't like to cuddle, but this particular cat, made by a puppet company, is a very easy cat to own. And he can sit on my hand, and he likes to be here. All right. Awesome job. So, cats. I've shown you how to make cats. So, this is only the beginning of our series about cats, because as I mentioned to you before, I've never, I think, told a story except for Library Lion about cats. And I looked for one. I found a really cool one that I may or may not tell you next time, by Margaret Weiss Brown, who brought us Goodnight Moon. And it's a series called Sneakers. Sneakers is a black cat who has white paws. When his mama met him the first time, she was pretty sure that he must have stepped in a bowl of milk that the owner had put out. So she tried to lick it off, but she couldn't. Now, Sneakers the cat was named after a little boy who wore white sneakers, who was always running. And Sneakers decided he was going to run too. Not as popular as Goodnight Moon, but a very sweet tales of Sneakers, reminiscent of other characters that she used and other authors as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we close for the day with our brand new series, I'm going to show you what else you can do from cast to cats. And now we're going to take this letter. By the way, this is magical Velcro. And we're going to change it around just a little bit. We're going to put the C over here. We're going to put the A as the first letter, A-C-T, and then we're going to take the S off. And then we would have ACT. But because this is a multi-part series, we're going to reach inside of my sling, which is, I've discovered a very nice stage. We're going to put up this as well. And it is called, you got it, Act 1. Oops, excuse me. Act fell off the very next day. Oh dear. Put this right here and say, stay. But I don't think it wants to. I wonder why. I guess my magical Velcro isn't so magic. So just hang on with me because I am very stubborn. For those of you who didn't know that about me, we're going to make sure that the act stays up. All right, Act 1, ladies and gentlemen, right before you. Now, after I was released from my cast cat, the doctor said I need to exercise. So I am going to exercise with you with the very first ever program on aerobic exercises with puppets. They are good for everyone. If you've never exercised with your puppets before, today is the day to start. So get ready. I want you to take one of your hands. Oh, by the way, if you're listening to the podcast, you can't see what you're doing. After you're done listening, you can go to the Facebook page or YouTube and watch, and you can learn how to do puppet aerobics too. It's a very good exercise. So take one of your hands, put it on top of your head. Then you take the other one, which should be on the other side of your body, put it on your shoulder, and then we're going to count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are going to do puppet aerobics with me. Ready, set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puppets up. Stretch. Really good exercise. Shake it out. Looks good. All right. We're going to first put all of our fingers together. 1. And we're going to do puppet push-ups. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch it out. Good for your wrist. Excellent work. Now, just stand your puppets up and touch their toes. Let's do 5 of these too. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. 9. 10. We're really doing good work here. That was even twice as much. You should put your hands on the back, palms up. We're going to do 10 sit-ups. It's really good for the abs that are in your palms. Ready? Let's do 10 of these too. Felt really good. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Don't forget to breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent jumping jacks and jills. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do one more. It's a little tricky. It's called a rollover. Watch your nose. Oh, excellent work. All the way up high, down low. There are 5 different kinds of puppets, and you have met some of them today. You have met the string puppet, which is moved with strings. You have met the stick puppet, like the lion, which is moved with a stick. You have not met a rod puppet, which is like the wonderful, amazing Muppets. Those are rod puppets. You have met the hand puppet. You have not met the shadow puppets. 5 different kinds. The rest are combinations. So here is something just for you, which is something that I learned from my blessed doctor I could now do, that I have a functioning right hand, because you cannot do this with one hand unless you have a little help from a friend. But just for the ordinary, you cannot applaud with one hand. Oh no, you could pat yourself on the back, you could even tap yourself on the head, but you cannot make a good clapping noise with one hand. So now that we have 2 hands, the right hand and the left hand, for you, for all my friends at the Mentor Project, for everyone, Tell me a story that you would like me to tell about a cat that you love. Could be a cat with a hat. You probably know him. Could be sneakers. It could be a variety of stories. But for now, let me send you off for a wonderful week. And again, thanks to Avery, who gave me a title so that I could create a program for you. Nothing could be better than that. Or you. Here we go. Now I want you to take your favorite hand, wave goodbye to me, and thank you, Act 1. Where's my one? For now.